Hey guys, this is Rafael. It's December 28th and I'm still standing. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had a good Christmas. Ours was very good. I'm very thankful to still be here. First of all, I'm not a doctor, and nothing that I ever tell you on these videos is nothing more than a humble man's opinion. Don't follow them, but I got kind of an eye-opener. Last week I got diagnosed with COVID, and I have kind of had a hard time with it, but I'm still standing. And I got to thinking, I've heard about COVID for 2 years and I don't know much about it. So thought I would share with you what I have went through and learned and over the last week. And maybe if you get it, you won't be as surprised and shocked and not know what to do as I did. First of all, I got both vaccines, and I don't think people should be forced into getting vaccines. I don't understand why you wouldn't, because if you look at the numbers, it does make sense that you have more of a chance to survive it if you have had the vaccine. And because it's a virus, just because you get a vaccine don't mean you ain't gonna get it. And I don't know where folks have come up with that idea that because they've had flu vaccines for 25 years and you can get a flu vaccine and still get the flu. Hell, it don't take a genius to know this ain't something new. It's just a different version of things that we've seen. But anyway, I got both my vaccines. The second one made me severely sick, so I didn't take the booster. I don't know whether I should have now or not, but I do think that having those first 2 shots are part of the reason that I am not in a hospital, not on a ventilator. That's just my opinion. There's a few things that they tell you that I don't think are true. The first thing you hear is that you're going to run a fever, and I haven't ran a fever yet. I went the whole time, tested positive multiple times, and no fever at all. I've had sweats that have been unbelievable, like I just running a marathon sitting in a chair, and so I never seen anybody sweat that wasn't running a fever, but I was. But I did a little research while I was there and learned a few things, learned a lot of things actually. The coronavirus damages the cells in your lungs that the air sacs in your lungs. And what it does, it actually kills those and it breaks those off and it clogs your lungs. And the thing is, most of the time when you get the flu, you feel it right here. I haven't felt any of that. It's been none of that. It's been like if this is your lung, here's your spine. On the outside lower edge, when you wake up in the morning, it feels like somebody has stabbed you with knives. And I guess that's what it is. They say that it will actually crystallize part of your lungs. And that's a crazy feeling. It's been the weirdest feeling. And everybody that says that this is just a cold, I wish I'd have just had a cold, because it's been a lot more than a cold. But I heard one person say something that makes more sense than anything I've heard. It's like poison oak. Poison oak doesn't bother some people at all. Yeah, I mean, you can roll around it won't bother you at all. Some of us, if we get within 10 feet of it and it's in the air, we're going to get it. And that's the way it is with this. That's why everybody is having different reactions. And that ain't got nothing to do with your any of your political opinions. It's just, it affects some people differently. I have had good friends pass from it. I have had people that had it that I care about that had it that didn't affect them at all. And that's just the way it is. But in case you do have the symptoms and the things come on, I wanted you to know a few of the things that I did that I think that helped me. One is finding out that you have it pretty quickly. Get those tests and take them. I don't know how much they cost, but whatever they are, they're a lot less expensive than a ventilator. I guarantee you. But watch out for that fever, because they do say a lot of people have it. Just because I didn't have it doesn't mean you won't have it. because of, if you do have the sweats like I did, it will dehydrate you. I have always drank a lot of water because of my diabetes and things like that, but I drink a lot, and I drank continuously for the last week, but I went yesterday and had a blood panel done, and I'm dehydrated because of the salt loss and because of the electrolyte loss. So this has been one of my things to carry around. They've got the hydration packets that you can get if you don't like Gatorade or things like that. You can get Gatorade, Powerade. That will help you. These will help you as well. But they're hydration packets, basically like Gatorade that you mix up in a water, and it helps. It does help. I felt better the last day than I felt in a week, and I don't think it's necessarily my lungs, but I'm not dehydrated like I was 2 days ago. It will mess with your blood pressure, and it will mess with your sugar. So have those things under control and watch. It's important. The main thing that I was told by some folks is that your blood oxygen level, and they make a little meter, and you can get it at your local pharmacy. It's a simple thing. It goes on your finger, and I've got mine. I was going to show it to you, but it tells you what your blood oxygen, and words do not come as easily with this. I've heard of COVID brain. My brain ain't never been too smart, but it ain't worked well at all this last week. But those little oxygen levels, perfect is 100. Most of the time, the last week, mine has been between 89 and 95. And that don't sound like a lot of difference. But what you have to watch out for is for it dropping in those 80s and staying there, because that's lack of oxygen. It's lack of oxygen to your brain. It's lack of oxygen to your whole body. So that's one of the things, that little meter is worth getting. Don't skip on that. Go get that. I've learned that I've been worried to be around my kids and around everybody, just because I didn't know you don't know how transmissible it is. Everybody on the news just tells you it's highly contagious. Well, hell, that don't tell me nothing. Tell me what I need to do to prevent it, besides wearing a mask and staying 6 foot apart. If you study that, people's sneezes can go 12 feet. So if I'm 6 feet, I can still get you twice as far away as you can. So you can't rely on everything. You can just try to use a little common sense. Sorry, that one has always ticked me off. But I found that most people agree that it cannot live outside of the body on things more than 3 days. So if I touch something today and you don't touch it for 3 days, you should be okay. We believe. They don't know all this because they've been studying it, but there's stuff you just don't know. And none of this, I just want to try to help you guys because I've had so many people reach out to me and say, I hope you're doing all right, and thank you for what you do. And there's a lot more important things in Relics. I love my Relics, and I love everything about them, and I love getting to share them with y'all. But if I can tell just one of you people today something that might save your life or might make your life better, that's more important than all the Relics in the world. I hope you guys are well. I'm doing better. I'm doing my breathing treatments. Oh, and about that, one thing is, if you get it, take deep breaths as much as you can during the day, because that works those lungs. The worst thing you can do for this virus is not use those lungs. Because if you just lay there and that crystallizes and gets worse, it don't get better. That's why I've been up and going. I've been here, I've wrote up some things, and but just keep up and going as much as you can. Don't overdo it, but take those deep breaths. Even if you're sitting on the couch, take those deep breaths and try to work those lungs, because that exercise on those lungs is the most important thing. Because I don't know if you've ever noticed, but if your lungs ain't working, you ain't going much of nowhere else. I hope that you guys are okay. I do hope that you get the vaccine, because I do think it helped me, and I ain't got no political dog in this fight. I just don't want y'all to die, and I hope y'all are well. Be sure to tell those that you love them. Remember, love is the greatest word in the language. use it as much as you can. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for all you do for me.